cleaning up in the major leagues. Now one small business is actually aiming lower.
And up next, we're going to tell you how a uniform cleaning company plans to break out of professional sports and move onto grocery store shelves. It's today's Small Business Report when Morning Call returns.
You're watching Morning Call on CNBC.
Most entrepreneurs hope their products make it from the minor leagues to the major leagues. But in today's Wall Street Journal, they profile a small business that's trying to do just the opposite. Wall Street Journal reporter Gwendolyn Bounds is here to explain. Good to see you, Wendy.
Hi.
This is interesting. This is a company that really made it in the big leagues by cleaning big league uniforms, right? How'd they manage to do this?
A lot to pay attention here for small businesses. It's a company, Eisco Inc., based in Toms River, New Jersey. They basically sold industrial strength cleaning supplies to big institutions like schools, convents. 1992, they get a cold call from the Philadelphia Phillies saying, "We need help getting the grass and the blood and the clay out of our uniforms. Can you help us?" They say, "Sure, send some of their stuff over." Flash forward now, they're selling to all the major league teams, all the products, a little 20% of the minor leagues. So tonight, if you're watching the game, the Cardinals and the Tigers, you're going to see them. Their uniforms are going to be cleaned by some of the stuff. And if you're a suffering Mets fan like I am, they use the pine tar remover to get the stubborn pine tar off the shirt there.
Uniform Mets fans. Yeah, we've been hearing about
That's
it all
right.
week. Now, this is a very high-profile endorsement. You clean the uniforms of all the major league teams. That's pretty good. They've had trouble, though, breaking into the consumer market,
right? You think it would be natural, right? You take this big league connection, and then you just ramp it up, and you go into the mainstream retail. But it's hard. They are in what I think of as kind of a retail purgatory. They need to get into the places like Modell's, the sporting goods store, Sports Authority. But the problem is that people don't go there looking for cleaning supplies. So they've got to convince the Modell's buyers and so forth to stock their stuff alongside the uniforms and the helmets, the things that they're needed for. Also, supermarkets.
I was going to say, the natural place would be supermarkets.
That's where the moms go. That's where the traveling teams go. But those are dominated by the Procter & Gamble's, the Cheers, the Tides. So you've got to get shelf space. You're going to have to pay these high slotting fees to get your new products in the market there, do new packaging. And these are very big hurdles for small businesses.
I would think a lot of small businesses face a similar hurdle in terms of getting on a supermarket shelf. Are there lessons there or things they can try?
There are definitely things that they can do. And number one, I would say, is you need to really try and get in with one player first. Concentrate on that. Don't shoot for the moon. Don't do everybody. Get in, sell through, and do a trial period with one. Then from there, make sure your packaging is right. Make sure you're placed in the right place in the aisle. Vitamin water, they did a good job with this. They made sure that they were in with waters, not sports drinks. This guy needs to make sure he's with uniforms. And also, if you can't be in every place at once, there are merchant service organizations, third parties. You can hire people to go to stores. Make sure you're placed in the right places.
Right, to actually go in there and physically watch and make sure that
physically, that you're not just, there are human beings stocking this stuff. They could put you in the middle of the shelf, not on the end of the aisle where you're supposed to be. If people can't find you, they're not going to buy you. And small businesses are very limited by manpower in terms of getting people to find their stuff.
The product is called the Clubhouse Kit.
The Clubhouse Kit.
Where does it go from here?
Hopefully they take that name, Clubhouse Kit, and they brand that. They're right now using that name with the major leagues. They're starting to brand their stuff for them so to get the name more out there. They're going to be doing a trial run in Dick's Sporting Goods with some of the helmet disinfectant. I think that this will be a very good starting point for them. 1.2 million in sales. They're hoping that they can double that in the next 5 years.
Helmet disinfectant. Helmet disinfectant. Sweat, right?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing for everybody to have in their duffel bag.
Wendy Bounds is a small business editor of the Wall Street Journal. Thanks so much for the tips.
All right, that's the creepy comment of the day, the helmet sweat, and how to disinfect that stuff. Meantime, though, traders overseas have already